Okay. Oh God, it's about to fucking fall out of there. Sorry, guys. Why is it doing that? This is pissing me off, dude. Okay. Let's see. Why would it do that? There. Maybe that'll help. Another fucking shit. Hey, Melysa, what's up, girl? All right. Okay. Y'all don't laugh at me. I'm trying to get this stinking camera right. Okay. So that way y'all can see my damn head. Oh, shit. Hold on, guys. That should do it. There we go. Come on now. Lock it in place. There we go. Look at my damn head. It's still getting cut off. All right. Hold on, guys. I am obviously not very good at this high-tech stuff. Oh, God. Now we're zoomed in. Oh, shit. Hold on, guys. Bear with. Okay, now. Hold on, guys. Okay. Whew. Mercy. All right. Okay, are you wanting or no? Okay. All right, what's up, you guys? Finally got it figured out. Are y'all still here? No, I'm not going nowhere. Okay. Onyx, you gotta go potty? Hold on. Let me let Onyx go potty, you guys. Come on. Okay. My dog got to go to the bathroom. So, hey everybody. What's up, you guys? Thank you. This is my favorite tie-dyed sweatshirt, you guys. Favorite. So, welcome to everybody. Welcome. Thank you for coming to tonight's Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous meeting. My name is Nicole and I'm an addict. My sobriety date is July 13th of 2015. And I'm currently utilizing maintenance medication. I'm on Suboxone and I'm down from 12 milligrams to 4 milligrams. And yeah, I'm actually sharing my journey here on YouTube about tapering. So just trying to keep you guys in the loop and, you know, help people that are maybe going through the same thing I'm going through. Let me tell you guys about Mara. So a lot of people think that I created Mara, and I did not. Mara has been around for 2 years, okay? Mara is a fellowship of men and women that all have a common thing in common, which is maintenance medication and recovery. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read to you guys the Mara preamble, and yeah, we'll go from there. So here we go. Y'all ready? Let's go. Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous. One size does not fit all. Do you use medications such as methadone, naltrexone, Suboxone, buprenorphine, antabuse, and camprosate, Paxil, Remeron, bupropion, gabapentin, baclofen, Topamax, etc., that are prescribed and approved by the medical community to treat various drug and alcohol use disorders? Many of us addicts and alcoholics that are utilizing evidence-based science to aid in their recovery sometimes feel unwelcome. Here at Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous, aka MARA, you are always welcome. Recovery is simply to recover from an unsafe lifestyle. Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous is a support group of people who believe in the value of medication as a means to recovery. We understand that our individual needs may not be the same. Our backgrounds may not be the same. Our futures may not be the same. However, our desire to live a safe lifestyle joins us together. Non-judgment is our code. And that is the MARA preamble. So, if you guys are looking for meetings in your location, like in your state, you can go on marainternational.org and you can look for meetings in your state. All you have to do is type in the address or the state. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a list of all the states that have face-to-face MARA meetings at this moment in time. So we got Alabama, Arizona, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Florida, Georgia, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, Massachusetts, Mississippi, Missouri, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Texas, Vermont, Virginia, and Washington, and then our web-based meeting here at Real Talk Recovery. So, yeah, y'all. Okay, so let's get started. So I'd asked you guys what y'all wanted to talk about, and I had gotten a lot of people that were wanting to talk about, thank you, Merck, that were wanting to just talk about different options in medication-assisted treatment. So that's what I thought we could talk about. I thought we could talk about, first of all, how to know if you are a good candidate for maintenance medication, whether or not it could be a good idea for you. All right. And also just like the different options that there are. And yeah, I just thought we could have a conversation about that. I want to keep it real, just positive, light atmosphere like we normally do. I did a video yesterday. Y'all were all here for it. Was it yesterday or the day before? The night that I did our mental health and recovery video. And I just want to kind of preface this video before we start our meeting tonight and let you guys know that, that meeting that we had about recovery and mental health, I had that planned since Tuesday because you guys had requested it on my community tab. I'm not going to use my channel to talk about anyone else or make anyone feel like their recovery is not valid. That's not what I'm about. I don't mind talking about, YouTubers that we are all friends with and we're concerned about, like Ryan Leone and stuff. I don't mind talking about his recovery and kind of just, talking about how we all care about him and we want him to do well. I don't mind doing things like that at all. But when it comes to people who are struggling or going through something real bad, and I don't think it's comfortable for me to be giving my opinion on them because they're in a position where they're not doing well, and I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, and I also don't want to offend anybody. We talked about recovery and mental health because a lot of you guys had asked me to talk about that. And it's really important for me to do, I want to share with you guys, and I want to do things that you guys are wanting to hear about and talk about. And so when I was sharing about the things that I went through when I was getting sober from methamphetamine, oxys, Xanax, Klonopin, heroin, cocaine, and I was sharing with you guys those things that I do that y'all know that I do, like playing with my hair, moving my mouth to the left. Those are all things that I experienced that I was so embarrassed about that I thought nobody else experienced. And so it wasn't until I was able to go and actually get a psychological evaluation and talk to a doctor who understands addiction and a psychologist and a psychiatrist that I was able to understand that, what I was going through was normal and that I was not unique. And I think that's what really held me back for a long time was I thought I was so much different than every other addict. And I thought that, my story was so much more complicated than what you were going through. You couldn't possibly understand because you're just not in my shoes. And what I learned, you guys, is that I'm not any different than anyone else. And so many other people are going through the exact same thing that I went through. And so what I do here on my channel is I share those experiences with you guys because I know we can all relate. Okay? What is that? Huh. I hear something vibrating. I'm sorry, guys. Is it, tell me if it's buffering, you guys. So if it is, I will, if it's buffering a lot, I will sign off of my data and just get on my Wi-Fi. So anyway, let's get back to the topic. So anyway, I just want you guys to know that, like, I don't mind you all coming in here and asking, hey, I'm worried about so-and-so, or hey, I saw so-and-so's video today, and because that's what was happening the night before last. A lot of people were coming into the live stream and saying that they saw a certain person's video and this, that, and the third, and that they were concerned about these people. And, you know, while I might have the best intentions and I could have all the concern and care in the world, if someone doesn't feel like I feel that, if they think that I'm coming from a place of malice, that's all they're going to see. Okay, because they're going to be blinded by that. So I would rather not talk about people's situations if they're going through it, you know. So just because I wouldn't want anybody talking about me, you know what I mean, because it would hurt my feelings if they were talking badly about me, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, I mean, if somebody's talking about me because they care about me and they want to see me succeed, then I don't think that wouldn't hurt my feelings. I would just appreciate it if that person would come to me and say, hey, I made a video about you today because I've been thinking about you and I'm worried about you. I'm all about communication. I'm all about just, I'm not afraid of confrontation. Like, if you want to say something, I'll talk about it. But yeah, I just don't want you guys to come back and forth between my channel and other people's channel. And I know you guys want to know my opinion on things. And if that's something that you guys want to know, you can text me on the Real Talk Recovery phone line and I will share with you guys my opinion, okay? But it's just in my best interest and in you guys' best interest to just let other people be with their recovery, and however they're going to do their recovery is their way. But, you know, all I can do is worry about me and mine. And all I can do is keep doing what I'm doing. And yeah. So not getting on to anybody because it's fine. I totally understand. I was concerned too about many different people lately here on YouTube. Okay, so I'm not mad or upset with anyone. I just want you guys to know that I think it would just be in our best interest to maybe not talk about people that are going through it. Okay? Okay. Now, enough about that. Let's talk about all the different options that there are with medication-assisted treatment. So I had a question the other day on the community tab. I think it was from Bill Gotti. Shout out Bill Gotti. Bill Gotti wanted to talk about Vivatrol and what the difference between Vivatrol and Suboxone is. So I thought we could do that. So here we go. So what we're going to do is we're basically going to look up and we're going to learn about Vivatrol together. Okay? Okay. So, and tell me if it's buffering, you guys, because I don't want it to be buffering. If I'm buffering, then it's not going to be, it's not going to, you know, it's going to be a shitty video. So let me know. Okay, so I'm at this page and it says Vivatrol, naltrexone for extended release injectable suspension for opioid dependence. What is Vivatrol? Okay, so here we go. Vivatrol is an antagonist or a blocking medication. Antagonists create a barrier that blocks opioid molecules from attaching to opioid receptors. Antagonists attach to opioid receptors but do not cause the release of dopamine. They are non-addictive and do not lead to physical dependence. Vivatrol blocks opioid receptors in the brain for 1 month at a time, helping patients to prevent relapse to opioid dependence following opioid detox. While they focus on counseling, patients must be opioid free before starting Vivatrol. So that is a very good thing to know. So basically, Vivatrol is a once a month injection. It is an antagonist that blocks opiates from your receptors. So let's say that you just got off Suboxone. You tapered down off Suboxone. You jumped at like 0.5 milligrams. You went through your detox and your withdrawal, but you kind of still feel like you're struggling with your sobriety. You're like, ugh, I don't know. I'm feeling froggy. I feel like I might relapse. What should I do? This would be an amazing option for those of you who are like me, who are trying to taper off Suboxone and, want to remain sober after that. Because honestly, you guys, one of my biggest fears is jumping off Suboxone and relapsing. I would be lying if I didn't tell you that. I think about that a lot. I think about jumping off of Suboxone and then that craving coming back. In fact, I think about it so much that I had a dream about it the other night. I woke up after this dream and I was just like, in the dream, I had just jumped off Suboxone and I had tapered really, really low. I think I was down to 0.25 in my dream. And I jumped off Suboxone, and on the 5th night, I started to get really, really sick. This is in a dream now. I got really, really sick by that 5th night, and then I woke up on the 6th morning, and I just started wanting to go out and find dope. Like, the craving inside of me was so strong in my dream. And so this would be something I could do. Like, after being off of Suboxone for so many days and it clears my system, I could go and I could get put on Vivatrol. That if I wanted to go out and get high, if I wanted to relapse, I could have Vivatrol to block that. Which honestly, you guys, I think it's a really, really good idea. I'm all about harm reduction. I'm all about protecting ourselves because I know my past. And this is one of the things that my doctor told me when I first got on Suboxone, because I was really, really weary of Suboxone. I was like, I don't know. I've heard about Suboxone and I heard it's this, that, and the third. And my doctor looked at me, he said, Nicole, I want you to look at your past behaviors and tell me what your past shows you. And so I reflected on my past and I said, well, my past shows me that I haven't been able to get anything more than 9 months sober. And I will hit 9 months, 6 months, 3 months, 2 months, 1 month, 2 weeks, 1 day, and something will happen that I just cannot cope with, or I don't know what to do, or that feeling will just come back so strong. And instead of having the tools that I need to cope with that feeling or to reach out to someone, I didn't have those tools and I didn't do those things and I wasn't seeking out, that help, and I would relapse. And so to me, that is a very big indicator for me, and it helped me to make the decision to get on maintenance medication. Looking at my past behaviors and how far, how long it took me to get sober and what it took for me to start changing, which was losing my son to CPS. That was like a big red flag for me. And I was like, you know what, maybe this is something that can help me. And I honestly can say, you guys, without a shadow of a doubt, that I'm so, so thankful and grateful that I made the decision to get on Suboxone, because it ended up saving my life. Like, for real. It ended up saving my life, and I don't know if I would be here today, you guys, if I hadn't got on Suboxone. I don't know if I would be sober today. And so I just want you guys to know. I want everyone here in the chat to know. Just so you know, I didn't have live chat on, so I couldn't see what y'all are saying. So damn it, if you said something, say it again. I'm a hot mess express. So anyway, it saved my life, and I've been able to really put together some time, you guys. I've got 4.5 years of sobriety. I go to counseling. I have a therapist. I, work with other addicts and alcoholics, and I put everything into my recovery. Like, it means so much to me to stay sober. I don't want to lose everything I've worked so hard for. And I'm learning to love myself. I'm learning to embrace my difference, my little quirks, or whatever you call them. I'm learning to embrace my weirdness, and you know what? I love myself, and I don't want to change to be anything different than what I am today. And it's all because of recovery. It's because of other women that have helped me to see the good in myself and to realize that I deserve to have a good life, just like you do. It was other women like me who I looked up to who helped me, and that's what I want to help you guys with. I want you guys to know that you deserve recovery. You deserve to be happy. And if you're struggling with anything, you're not alone. You don't ever have to feel like you're alone, because you're not. The best thing to do is to reach out for help. Do not be so prideful that you can't get help, because I did that for so many years, you guys, and it kept me in my addiction because I was stubborn, and I had so much pride that I thought I can do this on my own. So now that we know what Vivatrol is, it's a blocking medication, straight up. There's no opiate in it. It's simply to block. That's it. It's not like half Suboxone, half this. It is just the blocker. Now that we got that all figured out. And it's a once a month shot that blocks opiates. From, if you wanted to go out and use, you couldn't. And yes, you do have to be off of opiates before you can get on to Vivatrol. All right, so now I want to talk to you guys about Sublocade. So I have a friend here on YouTube. His name is Jeff, and he has a channel called Grind and Shine Recovery. What's up, Hitman? You got some girls in here that be looking out for you. They say, where's Hitman at? Where's Hitman? Somebody go get Hitman. So you're very popular. I'm glad you're in here, though, okay? How's your sobriety doing, man? Are you staying on track? Have you been saying no? Okay. All right, so Sublocade is a buprenorphine extended relief injection for subcutaneous use. Okay? What does Hitman say? Look what the cat dragged in. What is the most important information I should know about Sublocade? So let's see. Let's see how it works. All right, because I've never taken it. 7 days? What? I am so freaking proud of you. Anytime. So let's repeat that one more time. Vivatrol is a once a month injection, you guys, okay? You have to be completely off of opiates to get that injection, and it is not an opiate. It is simply just the blocker, okay? So now, Sublocade. Okay, a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderate to severe addiction/dependence to opioid drugs who have received an oral transmucosal used under the tongue buprenorphine containing medicine at a dose that controls withdrawal symptoms for at least 7 days. So right there, we know that in order to be able to get on Sublocade, you have to be prescribed, or you have to have been taking Suboxone for at least 7 days. All right, so it says it right there. Sublocade is a part of a complete treatment plan that should include counseling. So what I love about all these websites, you guys, is that they're all saying that you can't just get on Suboxone, Methadone, Sublocade, Vivatrol, any of these drugs without counseling. In order to be on these medications, you also need to be getting addiction counseling, okay? It's so important for us to work with someone who specializes in addiction because, well, we have to have somebody that knows what we're going through, And if y'all want me to be completely honest, I always prefer to have somebody who has either been an addict or had someone in their family who was an addict that they really understand what it's like to um to have somebody that's struggling with addiction, you know? I thought I was on Suboxone, but it's Subutex. Hey, I'll tell you what Subutex is next. What's up, Hunter? I see you. I see you. Hey, Hunter, whatever you got to do to stay sober, I don't care if it's insurance money. I don't care if you're paying it to the Taliban. It doesn't matter to me. Okay? It doesn't matter. It's about being alive and not dying from the disease of addiction. And some of us, it takes us time, you know? If it was that easy, everyone would be sober, right? If it was that easy to get clean and sober, everybody would already be clean and sober. You know, we would all have reached that point in our lives where our addiction was taking control of everything, and we would have been like, you know what? I'm quitting. I'm quitting. I'm leaving it all behind. But that's not how it works. You know, it's just the truth of the matter. So if you're someone who is struggling, who has not been able to maintain abstinence, sobriety, then these are things that can help you. Am I telling everyone to go out and get on Suboxone or Methadone? No. But I'm giving you guys options because it's important that you know. Some people don't even know these options are out there. They're sitting in their bed trying to kick dope, being sick as a dog. And you don't have to go through that, okay? There's help out there for you. It doesn't matter how long you use Suboxone or Methadone. You could use it short term, you can use it long term. It's all up to you and your doctor. It's a very personal journey. So many years I've been hearing this saying, Suboxone's only meant to be used short term. Last time I checked, none of you have PhDs. None of you are doctors. And one of the things that I think is the funniest in the whole wide world is how whenever we get sober and we get a little time underneath our belt, guess what? We think we are doctors. We think we know it all. And it's just like something that happens. I see it every single day. I see it all the time. You know, I know this, that, and the third, you know, and it's like, no, everyone's different, you guys. And here's the thing. We just have to respect each other. You know what I mean? Like maybe Suboxone and Methadone wasn't right for you. And I respect that, you know what I mean? But that doesn't mean it's not helping me. You know what I mean? So just remember that. I don't want you guys to think I'm scolding you or being upset with you, because I'm not. I just want you guys to understand that this is such a serious topic. Addiction is deadly. All right? We're not promised, you know, we could go out tomorrow, relapse, and die. And so these are things that can help you to stay sober and to maintain and not have to go back to your active addiction. That's why we're talking about this, because it's so taboo to be on maintenance medication. In the recovery community, a lot of people want to act like, you know, maintenance medication is the devil. I gotta tell y'all something, you know, maintenance medication helps a lot of people, and a lot of the people that are on maintenance, they're not filtering back and forth through these treatment centers because they're not relapsing all the time. They're on the medication and they're maintaining, you know, and if you have to maintain for the rest of your life, that is completely up to you. And there should be no reason why you should be ashamed of that. I had to learn this because I was ashamed. I was embarrassed. I thought I wasn't good enough, you know. Oh, I love Five Guys, man. Get me something to eat, homie. Get me something to eat. Tell your wife I said hi, Shay. Okay. So now that we know, let's see, what was I reading here? Let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. Hold on. Okay, Sublocade is designed to deliver buprenorphine at a controlled rate over a 1-month period. So Sublocade is an injection. They inject it into your stomach right here. Okay, I think like right here. And when Sublocade I think is more expensive than Suboxone. Let me go ahead and tell you guys that. Okay, I'm pretty sure that it's like I think that a lot of people's insurances don't cover it yet, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, all right? But eventually all these things will be approved, and y'all, I'm telling you, it's all changing. Things are changing. The world is becoming more understanding and compassionate to people who are struggling with addiction. So it's pretty much, it's awesome. It's awesome because whenever I was first trying to get sober, you guys, I think the only options that I knew of were methadone treatment and abstinence, and that was it. And because I had such a bad experience, because I was abusing methadone, because I wasn't ready to get sober, so nothing on methadone. It wasn't methadone's fault. It was me. I wasn't ready to get sober. I was a hot mess. And I was running the streets, selling them, eating them. Oh, you guys, it was so bad. You see how luscious my hair is nowadays? When I was on methadone, because I wouldn't eat and I wouldn't sleep, all this hair right here, like this big of a chunk, like fell out of my head. It was so scary, and I used to have to wear my hair over to one side because I was bald-headed on one side. And my head is big as hell. I got a potato head. So can you imagine if I had a whole bald head? Lord, I'd be looking like a bowling ball. Anyway, okay. I'm such an idiot. Please slap me. Okay. Let's talk about it. How it works. The active ingredient of Sublocade is buprenorphine. Okay? It's designed to release buprenorphine at a controlled rate into your system. Medication will be gradually released into the body over time. In clinical studies, after a monthly injection of Sublocade, additional buprenorphine was not allowed during the dosing period. Opioids attach to specific mu receptors in the brain that may activate pleasurable feelings. Pleasurable feelings from opioids are called rewarding effects, which can positively reinforce or increase the likelihood of continued opioid use. Sublocade contains a partial opioid agonist. So remember what we were reading earlier about Vivatrol. It was called an antagonist, okay, because it's a blocker. What's up, Eric? It's a blocker, so that the blocker is an antagonist. Now we're talking about an agonist. So Sublocade contains a partial opioid agonist, which means it attaches to many of these mu receptors in the brain and makes it hard for other opioids to attach. So now we're learning how this shit works now, y'all. We're learning together. Okay? Sublocade can block the rewarding effects of other opioids. So basically, if you want to go out and get some heroin and you're on Sublocade, you're wasting your damn money because it's not going to work. It's going to block it. So it blocks the feel-good feeling. So it might go into your system, but you're not going to feel that high that you're seeking. So that is how Sublocade works. In order to get on Sublocade, you have to be on Suboxone for 7 days, and then you can transfer over to Sublocade, which is a once-a-month injection that time releases buprenorphine over those 30 days. Okay. Now, let's talk about Sublocade. Let's talk about... Now we're going to talk about Suboxone, which y'all know I already know this, but I'm just going to share it with y'all just so I can be specific in it. And Suboxone is buprenorphine and naloxone sublingual film. It's a prescription used to treat adults who are addicted or dependent upon opioid drugs. Okay? Ooh, let's read about this. Okay. So Suboxone is 8 milligrams of buprenorphine and 2 milligrams of naloxone. Okay. Buprenorphine is the active ingredient in Suboxone. Naloxone is simply in the medication to keep you from being able to abuse it. Shoot it up. Okay. The active ingredient is buprenorphine. Buprenorphine is a partial opioid agonist that attaches itself to your mu receptors, same way as Sublocade, and knocks off anything else if you want to get high, if you're trying to get high on something else. I do have to tell you guys this, Suboxone can help with pain in microdoses. It can also help with depression. I've seen people who have reported that, they got on Suboxone, they were really struggling, and their overall like mood and depression was lifted. It helps a lot. Suboxone is an opioid though, and you will become dependent on it if you take it. Okay, so that's very important for me to share with you guys. I don't want y'all to think that I'm over here trying to push anyone to get on Suboxone or Sublocade or Methadone. Okay, it is an opioid, and a lot of times they used to call it opiate replacement therapy. Okay, now it's called medication assisted treatment, medication assisted recovery. All right, but it is exactly what it sounds like. The medication is assisting us in our recovery. It is a tool. Okay, so is Suboxone the same as Methadone? Methadone is a full opioid agonist, which means it is somewhat stronger than Suboxone. Suboxone is a partial opioid agonist, and consequently, it's considered somewhat safer than Methadone. Both medications are prescribed by a physician. Suboxone is a combination of two drugs, buprenorphine and naloxone. Okay? All right, so the difference between Suboxone and Methadone is a full opioid agonist and Suboxone is a partial opioid agonist. All right? And honestly, it just really is, depends on the person, you guys. Some people do better with Methadone. Some people do better with Suboxone. I have girls that I work with that are doing amazing with Methadone, changed their life, gotten jobs, got their kids back, got their lives back, and are thriving. They're doing their therapy. They're doing their recovery meetings. Like, they are literally kicking ass and taking names. In fact, I want to suggest 2 women to you guys that I know that have channels that are on Methadone who are kicking ass and taking names. One, her name is Jaunt. Jaunt. She has a channel. She's super chill, real outside the box. She makes the most amazing story times, you guys, where she does all this kind of editing. Y'all are really going to like her. Jaunt. Jaunt. So that's the first girl. And then the second girl has a channel. Her name is Concha Princess. And she's a real pretty Mexican girl. Y'all will see. Her name is Lex, I think. Anyway, she's just a doll. And she's also got her life back and thriving in the Methadone treatment program. Okay? Hey, Shannon. What's up? I'm so glad you're here, girl. Okay. So let's go and see what this, it says, how long should you take Suboxone? Let's talk about that. People who take Suboxone for a short period, such as a month, usually end up relapsing and returning to opioid abuse. Thus, Suboxone should be taken for an extended period. Taking it for 6 months to 1 year is the norm, and many people take it for even longer. So, I mean, it really is, thank you, Captain. It really is dependent on you guys, How are you feeling? Are you feeling good about your recovery? Are you doing the things that you need to do to stay sober? So why don't we kind of talk about that, all right? So now that we know what Methadone is, we know what Suboxone is, we know what Sublocade is, and we know what Vivatrol is, okay? So we know what all those medications are that can help with opioid addiction, okay? So now let's talk about, how do you know when you're ready to jump off Suboxone? How do you know how long you should stay on Suboxone or Methadone? Okay, so y'all know when I'm talking about Suboxone, I can talk about Methadone too, same thing. How do you know you're ready to get off, all right? So the way I knew I was ready to start tapering, at least, was that I was forgetting to take my medication, you guys. I was waking up in the morning, I was going to work, and I was making it almost through the whole day, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, before I dosed my Suboxone. And another way that I felt that I knew I was ready to start tapering was that I was doing my recovery. I was doing meetings. I was being active in my recovery. I was doing therapy. I was gaining my confidence back. Like, I was starting to feel better about myself. that's how I started kind of gauging whether or not, I wanted to taper or if I was ready. I've really been afraid, for such a long time, not so much because like, more afraid because I'm like, what happens if I get off and I relapse? That's one of my biggest fears. And I think it's normal to feel that way. I think a lot of people probably go through that same feeling, but that was really holding me back from, taking the plunge and starting a taper. But, I finally started, and ever since then, everything's been going good. I haven't had any like hiccups in my taper. But I am going down really, really slowly, you guys. I'm not jumping down quick at all. And that's only because that's what I was told. I was told that the lower and the slower that you taper, um, the more better you'll be. Oh, hold on. Just making sure. Okay. What do you guys think about this eye? Oh, yeah. You like it. Okay. Anyway. Hey, Danielle, I think that was you that commented that. I've experienced that. I'm on the tablets and my husband takes the strips, and I've taken the strips before too. And I can tell you that there is a distinct, I can tell the difference. Absolutely can. And this is what I think it's because of. I think it's because, the strips, they melt so quickly in your mouth, And thanks, girl. I think they melt so quickly and they get into your system so fast. The tablets, they take forever to melt, and I hate that. I really do hate that. Oh, so annoying. Okay, let's talk about this. What are the negative side effects of Suboxone? Thanks, Great Dane. Okay. Okay, so it says what these are some side effects that it can cause: respiratory problems, sleepiness, dizziness, dependency, liver problems, allergic reaction, and opioid withdrawal, because it's an opioid. So, yeah, that's what I just want to come on here. I want to do this whole like, what are the different medications that we can take, because I think so many people get embarrassed or they get ashamed, to have to be on something. And I felt the same way for a long time, you guys. I was embarrassed too, but I'm going to tell you all this. You guys help me. Y'all give me strength and help me to not be embarrassed and help me to not be ashamed. And so for that, I'm forever grateful. You guys have really changed my life and helped me to be a better person every single day. I have you guys here to help hold me accountable. That really helps me with my sobriety. And so I'm so, so fortunate. And I realize that, and I don't take it for granted having you guys here on my channel, because it really does help me a lot. So people will make you feel that way because they don't understand. Danielle, exactly. And so that's why I thought we could spend this whole video kind of just going through the education of it. So that way maybe people that don't understand, or they they've never heard of it, or they don't know anybody that's been on it, or maybe they did have a bad experience being on it, or they saw somebody else have a bad experience, way better than taking chances. Absolutely. Maybe this will help them to see, a different perspective. Yes, it's a medication, you guys, but it's something that can save someone's life. Aw, I can't believe the support in here. It's beautiful. Thanks, Hitman. I appreciate you too. The support in here is only because you guys are doing that, you all are supporting each other, and that's so amazing. That's what, like, when I started my channel, so I started my channel in 2017, I think. I started it out by just like talking, you guys. If you go back to the first videos I made, you'll see. I was just talking away about life, telling story times, just all kinds of stuff. And then I think over the last year or so, I really started focusing on, the more support group aspect of the channel and utilizing live streams for support. meeting style. And so I wouldn't have been able to do that though if it wasn't for Mara. They really, they allow me to do these kind of Mara meetings. And so if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm a lifer. Probably will be on methadone for the rest of my life. Marcy, and that is completely fine. You do what you got to do for you. And listen, I understand that some of you might not agree, and I know that a lot of people don't agree, but it's like, it's somebody else's life, I almost feel like, why is it necessary, to share your opinion if it's a negative one, if somebody's doing something that's saving their life, you know what I mean? And so that's why I just try to be positive and help others and lift them up. And everyone's different. What works for me might not work for you, and vice versa. And we got to remember that. There's so much judgment in the world. We don't need it from each other. I have chronic pain, so that's why I say that. Marcy, it didn't matter if you had chronic pain or not. You can say that because that's your life, and nobody else has to live your life. And look at me, I'm over here doing my hair. That's the thing, you guys. Like, you have to remember, nobody is walking in your shoes. All right? I talked to a young lady today, and she's really in a bad way, you guys. Really in a bad way. And she hasn't been able to, keep it together or anything. And it makes me so upset because, a lot of people don't have resources. They don't have any money. They don't have any way to get the help that they need. And so it's scary. My advice to anybody out there that doesn't have money or doesn't have insurance, if you have any kind of court problems or law problems and you're a drug addict and you're struggling, go to the judge and say, help me, I'm struggling. I need help. Please sentence me to rehab. It'll be that way you can get into treatment for free. Also, there's a lot of different options out there. I was Googling a lot of places like in different states where they have Suboxone treatment, methadone treatment. They have counseling at these places. So you can get on the maintenance medication and get your addiction counseling all at the same time. So these are all options that they're literally at our fingertips, you guys. All we have to do is Google it. Google it. And y'all know, if y'all are having problems finding something, and you can message me on the Real Talk Recovery phone and I will Google it for you, or I will look it up. I will find you a way. We'll find a way together. Okay? There's so many different options. There's recovery coaching now. There's people that have Patreon accounts that will recovery coach you. Dr. B does recovery coaching over on his Patreon. I mean, that's a doctor, So there's all kinds of just different options so you don't have to struggle alone anymore. And there's this option to come here and hang out with us on Friday nights and do this meeting. So no matter what, you're not alone. There's many, many options out there. You just have to be willing to take suggestions and try it out. Don't give up on yourself. So, anybody have anything to say tonight? Anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns before I go be with my husband and my son because they're upstairs? I'm taking DMs for those of you who want to share your stories. So if there's anyone who wants to share their recovery story, hit me up on Instagram, and we'll work out a time and a date. Okay. Next week we're gonna have Monday night. We're gonna have Mike from Doing Time with the Darlings. Then on Wednesday night we're gonna have Splinter from Prison POV, and then Thursday night we're gonna have, God, who is it? Somebody's coming on Thursday. I think it's Brent. Brent is coming on Thursday. So we got a full schedule next week of interviews for you guys to see different people in different parts of. They're all different recovery. Some of them are abstinent, some of them are maintenance, some of them are smoking the ganja, all kinds of different people. It is really the only medication that has ever... I don't know why I can't see your comment, girl. I guess it's because it's so long. Anyway. Thank you, Great Dane. Your efforts are so appreciated. So I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this educational video tonight. Normally I love Splinter. He's so cool. And if you guys don't know, he already has an interview here on my channel. So go check it out. It's under Chris's story in the interview section. If you guys want to watch any of the interviews, you can go to my playlist labeled interviews. Yeah, so I got story times coming up for you guys. I know the other one I told last night was crazy as hell. So I got more crazy as hell story times for y'all so y'all can laugh. Y'all can laugh at my craziness. Just as long as y'all don't do the same thing I did. If I can make y'all laugh so you don't have to live like this, live like that, then I hope that that's what I can do. Hey, Kenneth. So we love you. I love you guys. Thank you so much for all your support. Real Talk Recovery fam is growing, you guys. We're up to 3,100 family members, and I cannot even believe it. So whatever y'all are doing, keep doing it, because y'all are spreading the word and people are finding us, and it's awesome. It's so freaking cool. So thanks for helping me out, you guys. Thanks for being a part of my recovery journey. And I will see you guys probably tomorrow. Y'all know how I roll. All right. Love y'all. Bye.